Hey everybody, Lee, PC Junkie Mods here. So I'm going to go over the build that I'm working on. This is my personal rig. I'll be taking it, hopefully, if it's done, to LandFest in October. It's still got a lot of work to do, so we'll see. We'll play it by ear. So basically, I took my this is a Tower 29 LDR by Danger Den, and what I've done is I've taken it and extended it 4 inches. Well, it's almost 5 inches, but, you know, this is 4 inches. So anyways, the reason I did that is in the top section I'm going to actually have an ITX system with the RAID controller. There's a couple things sitting up in here, so I figured I'd just show them to you. So that is actually going to control my storage. So I'll have 8 Seagate 3 terabyte drives here. There's 4 in here now just to give me a location visual. There'll be the other 4 over here. And this is the front. It's all torn apart right now because we've been over here messing around with a bunch of stuff today. This is done up here. I have a radiator up here right now. I'll be taking it out. This is these will also be windowed. So on the side right now, as you can see, it's all cut out. Well, it's spaced out so I can put a piece of window there. Like this one already has a window on it. So it'll be easier to remove. It's got like 6 screws on it, and it'll come right off. And then here's 2 5 1/4. So originally this case had 1 5 1/4, and what I did is I added 2 more up to the top. So this will give me my Blu-ray drive, a combo drive, and some USB ports, because this case has USBs all the way down here. So I bought some extensions for the USBs, so they'll hopefully reach all the way down to the bottom of the motherboard tray. So that's that. Alright, I also wanted to talk about what we've done today, because this stuff I did a few weeks ago. I've been working on this on and off when I get a few minutes here, a few minutes there, or whatever, or a few hours. So today what we did is I'm going to end up using the Excalibur fans again. They kick ass. They push a lot of air, high CFM, high static pressure. So what I didn't like, though, the only thing that I found that I didn't want to use these fans for was no LEDs. So I want to add some lighting to the front of the case. So what me, Dwight, and Brian have come up with is LED all the way around. So basically what I did is took some acrylic, some 3/8 acrylic, channeled it out, laid the LED strip in it, glued the acrylic to the face. So now this whole system, in theory, will be able to come out. I can take the fans out and the radiator out without obstructing the LEDs. Now it's on both sides, and this one will be done the same way, and it lights it up pretty good. So basically what we did is I measured 25 millimeters tall, the same as the fan, and I took it to my table saw and ripped it out. And then what I did is I came through and channeled it to set the LEDs into it. And then what I had to do is take my sander and clean up this top edge and the ends, because it really looked pretty piss poor because of all the saw blade marks in it. So I took all that out. So that way, if you're looking inside of my case toward the front, you will see at least a semi-gloss finish on the top instead of a very rough edge. So for the most part, I mean, that's pretty much it to make those little channels. Alright, so let's talk about some parts. Right now, Dwight, if you could zoom over there to that mess. That mess is most of the main parts. Over there I got 32 gigs of Dominator RAM. I got a 3960, which I'm hoping will be changed here pretty quick. And then I have the Asus P9X79E WS motherboard. And right now there's 2 680s on there, my RAID card, 8 SSDs in a RAID 1 or RAID 0, and then I have a Raptor sitting over there and my AX 1200 power supply. Don't know if I'm using the power supply, but most of that gear will be going in here, and of course it'll be water cooled. So water cooling, let's talk about that. Primal Chill was kind enough to send me a bunch of gear for this build, so I'd really like to thank Primal Chill for that. I'm going to attempt to do some acrylic tube, some hard acrylic tube. I will be bending it all, and I have never done this before until recently. I bent one piece and it wasn't too bad. I actually went to Primal Chill's YouTube and watched their video. I think it was the owner who did the video. So anyways, watch that video. He tells you everything, how to do it. And he was kind enough to send me this silicone tube. So basically what I did on my first bend was I took some vegetable oil and just slathered this, and then it slides very easily into the acrylic tube. So what this does is it helps the tube keep its shape, and this will not melt under the heat. And the vegetable oil doesn't burn either, so that's even better. Alright, so let's talk about the fittings. These are the Primal Chill Ghost fittings, compression fittings. They work great with the hard, rigid acrylic tubing. Here's one all together, all nice and pretty, nice and shiny. They come in many different colors, black, purple, blue, I don't know, there's a lot of colors. I chose silver. So this is what it looks like apart. Here's the O-ring. It actually sits in this little crevice here, and this goes over the top. I'll show you how it goes on the tube. So you just slide this guy on here. You put that over that end. Then you take this and you just slide it into there until it bottoms out, and then tighten it down. And then once, of course, you get it tight enough, it will compress on there and be stuck. So that's about it. So what we'll do is I'll finish talking about these products, and I'll show you how to bend some acrylic. That way you guys kind of get an idea, because a couple people have already hit me up about it, and this is my first time. So and all I did was watch the Primal Chill video, and a couple of my buddies, Richosaurus, he did tell me a couple different things, and so I'm taking that advice and running with it. Primal Chill also sent me the flow indicators. So these are the Primal Chill Vortex visual flow indicator. I like it because it's got multiple ports, so I can put it in different configurations. There's 2 of them because I'll be running 2 systems in there. They're pretty well built. Nice big O-ring in there, sealed up nice and tight. So I'll probably put this like right in the window somewhere, so that way I can always see it. As long as I don't use white liquid, I'll be alright, right? And then also they sent me a dye kit. So there's like every color you can possibly think of. You can make any color with under the rainbow with this little kit right here. It's got UV pink in here, if that gives you an idea. So, and then also we got the reservoirs. These are the Primal Chill. Oh, let me get one of the Primal Chill compression tube, the CTRs. They're very nice reservoirs. You don't have to worry about any thread because you're not threading them. I looked at the way they come apart. You pop off the 4 screws, and this pretty much comes all apart. And I haven't taken it apart yet, but I'm assuming that it compresses the O-ring into the to the actual cylinder, and that's how it's compressed. What I've done is, here's the bracketing system that it comes with. It comes with the 2 screws. I've made my own brackets. I'll be painting them at some point, so that way I can just mount it directly to my radiator. And I did that for both of them because there's 2 systems, 2 reservoirs. So unfortunately, this spaced out doesn't quite reach the 120 holes, so that's why they're so close together. But anyway, so that pretty much covers these products from Primal Chill. I'm very excited to work with them and utilize their products, and I'm very thankful that they sponsored all this stuff. I'd also like to say thank you to Coolants, because Coolants will be sponsoring the water blocks for the CPUs and one of the pumps. So let me talk about a couple other things. So I'm going to be utilizing my Aquaro 5 fan controller in this. I do have the water block on it. This was in a previous build. It's been sitting for a while, so I'm excited to get to use it again because it kicks ass. I mean, it's the best fan controller you can get. Now I've been waiting to use this. This is my my Power Adjust 2s. I have 3 of them. They're the Ultras. Now, one of the biggest problems with this is when you're running multiple fans off of it, it has a tendency to get hot. And if it gets hot, it's going to shut down by itself. It'll throw an alarm beep and then shut down. So Nate George over at e22.biz I think he still offers these on his site. So basically, it's like, this is what it looks like. It's a piece like that, and it takes, I think there's 40mm fans. I actually have a couple of them sitting here. I'm going to be using the Gelid fans. So you just stick your fans in there and then run your wiring that's coming out of here through this little hole here, and then slap that piece on there and screw it back together, and you're good to go. So make sure, of course, you label everything so that way you know what the hell's what, because I didn't label last time. That was a mistake. So I'm excited to use this. I've had this for a while, and I just now going to get to use it. So that pretty much covers this stuff. So let's move on to bending some tube. All right, so what we're going to do here, here's the silicone tube. And like I said, this will be going inside this tube so to help bend. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking the vegetable oil and just wiping it on here, getting a little slather going on. And then what I'll do is I'll take the tube, or the acrylic and the silicone, and just twist it into there. So that's all the way, because all I'm going to do is do a little bend on the end just to show you guys. So I'm going to fire this up, it's going to get loud. And this is just a cheap industrial style heat gun that you can pick up at Harbor Freight or whatever. And all I'm doing is rotating the acrylic above it. I'm not going back and forth, just one location, because I want a nice bend. Starting to sag there. See, it's starting to bend a little bit. There we go. So you want to get it really pliable to where it's just, right now it's starting to bend really good. So that's probably where I want it. Then I'm going to come down here, turn that guy off, and I'm just going to bend that right to where I want it. And that's a 90 right there. So that's about it. I mean, now you just kind of let it cool down. It'll get to a point where you can move it a little bit to fine tune it and make sure that your bend is exactly where you want it. You just got to let it cool off now. You can do this different ways. I set up a jig on just a piece of board, and these are just some round pieces of metal that I have. Now these I think if you go any smaller than these round pieces of metal I have, they're probably a little bit smaller than a dime, but if you go any smaller than that, the radius for the turn will be too sharp, and it probably will end up kinking the tube. Or not kinking it, but it'll look weird. Alright, so that's that. So now I just take the tube and slide this guy out. And there you go. That's a 90-degree turn right there. This is my fourth bend. It looks okay. And it looks like it's twisted a little bit. I'm still playing with it. I have some of my own acrylic tube. Obviously this is a very long piece here, a lot longer than what you'd get from Primal Chill. These were 6 foot pieces, so I wasn't quite sure if this was similar to the same tube that Primal Chill has. It's pretty close. Primal Chill's is a lot cleaner. This stuff is all scuffed up, beat up in a box, whatever. So if you want to learn more about the acrylic bending, go check out Brian Farrell. I think that's the owner's name. Check out his video over at Primal Chill on YouTube. He gives a little bit more in depth about the actual bending process. Once again, I'd like to thank Primal Chill, Coolants, and ASUS for sponsoring my build. Thanks for watching my video. Until next time.